Hello, this is Solomon. We're going to be looking at two replays of Boar Lizard, and we're also going to be talking about the strengths of this combo and why it's so strong. Now, I want to say, I usually only post wins unless it's live commentary, but with this deck, my last 3 games with this deck in Smoka have all been wins. I also just had a game against Erickson, which I also won. Like, I've been on a roll with this deck. Like, I'm not losing a bunch of games for every victory of this deck I show, and I'm winning a lot with this Lizard Boar combo recently. And well, there's a lot of surprising things about it. One, I actually haven't really ever seen this been played, really. Like, in tournament games, I don't think I've ever seen this until, like, yesterday when Marmy was playing against Gentleman. Which is really surprising that I just haven't seen this combo much before, because it's so strong against certain types of decks. Like, while this combo is good, like, it's not invincible. Like, Toad Snake is just gonna annihilate Lizard Boar. But let me clarify that, because I'm not going over this deck. I'm going over Lizard, Boar, and also MG to a degree, since that's what I use. You can ignore the other 3 units. Put whatever you want there. Like maybe something to deal with Snake, or Skrills to deal with Toads, I don't know, just whatever you want. So, I guess this is kind of going to be a simming guide too. To doing this. So, maybe I'll put like guide in the title, I don't know. But so first things first, no cheese. I never bothered doing cheese. Since free 8-farm harass of Skrills or anything except moles is never going to work if the enemy scouts it. Like, it's just going to be disastrous. It's always possible to react correctly as long as you scout it. If the enemy, especially if the enemy has like barbed wire MGs, like it's just not going to work unless your enemy doesn't know what to do or they scout it very late. And even the moles, if the enemy has wire, they win the trade of moles usually. If the wire goes down early enough. So there's a couple things to unpack here. Right now we're just looking for Lizard. So it's dangerous, especially on a map this short. It's really dangerous to expand first to Lizards against Skrills, or just in general, because if you have less Lizard, like you always want to keep at least army parity with enemy of Lizards, because if you fall behind the Lizards, like the Lizards can't defend. Like if you lose fights, it can be really painful. It can be fatal even. A lot of times it is, since Lizards can't defend. Like if I expand first, he just does mole Skrill, kill my mill, maybe even more. So like just losing the mill would set me behind so much, and he could probably just keep on cycling his attacks. Like he would, if I went 3 Warren mill, he could just go 4 Skrill Warrens and mill Warren and just kill my mill, then keep on like CGing me with the Skrills. Like I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. So it's important to not go mill first. You can on bigger maps, but it's dangerous, and be aware of the risk, especially against a more aggressive player who is going to look for opportunities to punish, particularly if they have moles too. And the second reason I do this is because now you can't attack in the bases. It's not, this map isn't a good example, but on maps where the second mill is farther away, you can either do 2 things. You can kill the mill with your Lizards, and if they try to defend it with your Skrills, you're going to have to be in open terrain. So then you just micro your Lizards to focus fire and kill the Skrills. Like, I'll see if I can do it here, but again, like his Skrills are hiding in the Warrens, just awkward to focus fire. And the Lizards are getting to waste damage on the Warrens if I focus fire isn't perfect. It's just too difficult and too risky a situation. But generally, the second mill is farther away, and the Skrills are going to be in the open. You can just go in with your Lizards, kill the Skrills, then kill the mill. Or even kill Warrens or something. Yeah, I go to farms, and then I go for the MG, since I'm very aware that Mocha might go for this. Then I also realize this. Look at this high ground, there's no way up here. So I put an MG right there, which is such a good spot. Well, he doesn't realize, but one of the Skrills actually ends up going up here, and from this little corner of terrain, I can see on the mini-map that's an open spot. So I can get high ground vision here, which is annoying, but the MC is still going to get up and do work. Now, with MGs and Lizards, you always want the Lizards to tank for the MGs, since the MGs are going to do so much damage, and like, MGs are a lot less replaceable than Lizards in a high pressure situation, since enemies just gonna, like, when you're this close, the enemy's just gonna attack you when you try to rebuild the MG. It's gonna kill the MG. Plus MGs just do so much damage. Like, you want your Lizards to tank if your MGs are still setting up when he starts to fight. You don't want the MGs to die. It's better for the Lizards to die. you look for an opportunity, I go in, commander's away, and this is a very short map, so I managed to snipe a farm near. Like, I lost 3 lizards for a farm, but I also think I killed a skrill or 2, so it was a good trade. Even if it was an equal trade, it's still good for me. Like 3 lizards for a farm is pretty much always good if you're not vulnerable to counterattack because of it. Because it's easier for you to replace your losses. Easier for them to replace your farm, economically speaking. Okay, so I decided to go for a boar here for several reasons. Because, well, after, like, that wasn't a huge win. Neither of those were, but it's enough combined with the factors as a choke point that I feel safe going into the board now. Okay, so now let's actually talk about why this deck is so strong. So Boar is very strong against tier 1, everyone knows this. It's also a good tank. Like, it can tank a lot of falcon damage or something. I mean, usually enemy micros the falcons, but Boar is really solid early, especially when enemies on tier 1. Now, what's good against Boar? Falcons, snakes, even sniper balloon you might see on the deck. But the thing is, oh, Kasha too. So all those are really good against Boar, but you know what's good against those? Mass lizards. Like, mass lizards just kill what the Boar counters. Or they kill what counters the Boar. So like, it's just a strong combo. Since you don't want to stay on tier 1 here, or something like that because of the Boar. You can't build MGs and Shadows because Boar just shreds MGs. But going Falcon Snake, like, lizards are just gonna tear those apart. And if not in the initial fight, you just sell off the Boar, as has been demonstrated, and just like remax on lizards super fast. Go ahead and grab another meal. He spots it right away. So he puts down his own Boar. Unfortunately, he sees it too late. It isn't super far behind but on a map this short, my Boar is gonna hit before his Boar comes out, which is really problematic for him. But yeah, you're thinking to defend the tier 3, like, just put it down. Some farms, put down more lizard warrens. Now I go in. And mirror, this is a general board wise. So when we're attacking one board, yeah, I always want to be attacking the enemy base. Like, especially in board versus board, because the board that attacks wins 95% of the time. Because look, I'm gonna kill the army, but I'm also gonna kill literally all these warrens. Then I'm gonna kill the pigs. And a boar bomb will kill a full health pig, so I always like to try to micro my board towards the pigs. Here it was unnecessary. I thought the boar was gonna die faster. I end up killing the pigs anyway. Fortunately, I don't boar bomb the snakes here. I had poor micro there. I should have went after his snakes and boar instead of finishing off these pigs. Or I just gonna micro better in my lizards too. So he tries to attack, but like, I already sold. Okay, I haven't sold my boar warren yet, but like, I'm just regenerating lizards so fast, combined with the MG and the fact that he doesn't have any pigeons in those board. Like, you can't push. And now the game's over. He doesn't have it gone on me. So go ahead and sell the board. Get my scissor to win. Go ahead and kill this. Now I'm just running around the map since I thought he had a second meal. I don't know why he didn't sprint yet. Oops. Here, so I lost so much army, and this happens a lot. Like, you're gonna lose a lot of army in this kind of push, but you have to factor in that you're killing pigs and you're killing warrens, which is huge. And you also regenerate your losses much faster on tier 1 and tier 2. Look at the game. Chat. Where is it? Yeah, Jet Erickson, top tier player, but he really plays the ranked for whatever reason. I just played this game. Okay. Again, this is another fairly meta deck. Like, but the thing is, this deck's not good against lizards. Like, he does have his own lizards. But like, Falcon Skunk isn't gonna do anything against lizards. Like, skunks in large numbers, like in bigger armies, definitely do a lot against lizards, but falcons aren't useful. Falcons, ferrets, and sniper balloons are really, really not useful against what else do I explain? But there's something else I just forgot. It was on my mind about this particular combo. Oh yeah, well, just in general, it's really, really good. If you play it every game, and I mean, the person's enemy is just gonna like Toad Snake or something, which is really good against Lizard 4. Because Toads kill the Lizard, Snake 4, and it's problematic for a player. But it's really strong if you don't play this deck every game, because like if you just go back to say a more standard deck, like the Skrills with Skrill Wolf tier 2 or something, like you're not gonna be bringing out Toads. And unless they're Lego, they're probably not gonna be bringing Snakes either. Since most players favor Falcons over Snakes. So, like this deck is just very, very hard to deal with if you don't have a deck prepared for it, or which is basically a deck that can counter Lizard and Boar together. Yeah, like you have to be able to counter both, or at least Toads to counter the Lizards. Even then, you can just bring a solution to that. I haven't played enough to actually get to this phase of the game since I haven't played I haven't played against Toads a whole lot with this deck yet. But in theory, I think you can just defend with the Boar, MG, Lizard, and go Owl, and the Toads are worthless. Now it's just gonna detonate them all. Yeah, another fairly short map, and there's lots of roll in between. So this is just turning into a situation where we both spam tier 1. And we actually both end up buying our second mill at the same time. Pretty funny. Since at this point, like 1 Warren, like 7 Warrens versus 6 Warrens doesn't really make a whole lot of a difference. Like I'll still be able to defend this fine. That's going for mixed up skills and lizards. Squizzard's not bad, but I actually really don't like Squizzard. Because there's a lot of problems with it, in my opinion. That's a different video. Like, it's still strong, but there's a lot of problems, so it's not as strong as this. Go for the 3 farms. I just rally my lizards right here to see if I might want to go in. I decided not to. I didn't expect to be able to go in, but I was just seeing if I might have an opportunity if his army's rallied elsewhere or something. Going for the Boar here. I think I am. Remember. Yeah, okay, so I decided to go for the Boar here. Because this is a fairly... It's not exactly a choke point map, but it's really difficult for him to work around enemies here. And he can't go this way, but it's just kind of awkward. Especially with tier 1 armies. If he had tier 2, this will be a good area to work around, but he has mass tier 1. Actually going ferrets. My Boar could have been in a better spot. Like, this is still a vulnerable Boar. The Boar should have been right here, since then he has to go for the Well, yeah, now he sells the ferrets. It looks like Jet was just very indecisive about what he wanted to do, since, like, now he's going Falcon, but my Boar is already building, so he only has 45 seconds left. So he's only going to get, like, 1 Falcon out by the time the Boar hits, at least for me. I actually could have just killed him with lizards right here, which is pretty funny. I scouted out the tech switch. I have to 8 farm so I can rebuild lizards super quickly with high economy. I was playing down double sniper balloon, which I mean that's good against Boar, kinda, but it's not good against lizards at all. Off on it. So off both names here, and I'm just playing down more lizards. 4. So obviously this is very problematic situation. Like he does have, it looks like hundreds more army, but it's tier 1 sniper balloons and falcons, which like the lizards are gonna annihilate the sniper balloons and the falcons, and the Boar is gonna destroy the tier 1. Unless he has forward warrens. Like these warrens are also gonna be another 120 in losses. Right, yes, and I killed 3 falcons. Like he just lost so much army there. Plus the warrens, it was disastrous. And now, what is Squizzard Falcon gonna do? Like he's trying to build skunks, but like it's already way too late since I just rebuild like in 15 seconds. Like, he can't do anything. Even if he had, well, even Force Gunks, which is definitely good enough to defend here, but like, I'm just not gonna give him that time. Even on a bigger map, like, you'd still have too much trouble, probably. Like, you have to be a really big map to pull off anything against this after that before the fight. Anyway, that is the end of this video.